those who start comparing the position of the students when they were in primary classes, starting from class 1 to 5, they might be securing at that time 90%, 99%, and even at times 100%. So certainly the percentage decreases when they go to higher classes.
Calling is inviting her to do the same.
So first you tell me, were you a yes child in your childhood?
That, okay, we should not be at anybody's disposal.
What is independence for women? Hello, Neha. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you doing?
I'm doing exceptionally well. And seeing you, I can't express my happiness in words. I'm super elated that today I got the opportunity to host you. And I'm really very happy. I don't even remember that how many months or years before we connected. I think more than 1 year. If I'm not wrong, I couldn't check on my channel, but it's more than 1 year.
Yes, I could, as far as I could remember, it's about 17th November 2024.
2024. So 25 and this is 26. Oh my God, it's long time, no? After a long time, we are connecting today. So Neha, tell me, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, and after talking to you and a year back, I'm doing exceptionally well. You gave me this confidence to speak this language, so yeah, can't pay my gratitude in words to you.
Thank you so much for your thought. Like you feel so high about me. It's nothing like that. You have inbuilt quality. Okay. And because of that, your hard work pays. You have been practicing so hard. I see you practicing every now and then when you people write in the group that are you free? I want to talk. Although I stay busy in the classes, but I see the messages when pops up on the screen. So yes, it's not just because, but yes, you have been practicing hard, working hard, and as a result you have achieved a great fluency, great confidence that can reflect on your face. Okay, so today
Thank
we'll
you.
certainly discuss many more things, that what was your starting journey and how did you achieve this fluency which you have today. Undoubtedly, when you connected with me for the first time also, you had good fluency. Then please introduce yourself, Neha.
Sure, ma'am. So my name is Neha Pathodia. I belong to Rajasthan. As far as my education and qualifications are concerned, I have done my master's in chemistry as well as English literature. And I am a teacher by profession. My core subject is science, but I am fascinated towards English language. So I chose English language as a teacher. So yes, I'm glad to work as a teacher right now and looking forward to take inspiration from you as well, that how does teacher work in school and manage all the things.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
a bit.
you. Nice to hear from you and nice to know about you. Tell me, how is your daughter doing, Nishtha? I still remember her name. She's such a bright student.
Yes, yes, ma'am. But nowadays she's doing fine, but not that fine because these days everything is digital. So she has indulged herself into digital era that much. I'm not interrupting her so deeply because these children will not listen to you properly if you scold them. So
Mhm.
I am letting her be according to her choice so that situations will teach her a lesson so that she can be again in her studies, but she is bright, I know. So if she gets less marks than others, so she will definitely learn a lesson. So I am just letting free her with situation only so that she can learn a lesson from her surroundings, from her result. And I don't want to scold anymore because I feel, ma'am, especially that we should not scold and tell any student and any children anything about studies and force about studies. Otherwise they feel distracted towards studies if we force them, if we impose our thoughts to them. So I'm letting her free to her choice so that she can learn her own, that how much study we should work, we should do, and how should we watch phones and laptops, anything. So yes, she is doing well, but I think she will very soon, she is going to understand how important studies are.
It seems that you know that she has more of potential, but because of the distraction of this era, maybe digital era and internet and social media platforms are very much into these new bloods. Okay, so they always want to check something, to post something. Maybe because of that she's not able to do according to your expectation. Do you want to say that?
No, actually, when I see her results, so she is not doing that much good that she used to be.
Mhm.
So as I see, she used to be on top earlier, but now she is not securing the top position. She's in top three, no doubt, but somewhere she is lessening her ranks. So I think she will be understood by the time when she get continuous the result, that how hard work she has to be done and how hard work she is doing right now. So she will understand by this only. So just looking forward to letting the
Things come up
surroundings
well.
and
Right, right. See, again, I would say, Neha, it's not only for you or for Nestha, for all the parents, those who start comparing the position of the students when they were in primary section, primary classes, starting from class 1 to 5. They might be securing at that time 90%, 99%, and even at times 100%. So certainly it decreases, the percentage decreases when they go to higher classes. So you can't expect the same. And according to me, Neha, being in top 10 is more or less the same, more or less the same. Okay. Because one who is at 10th position, you never know that when she or he can improve and uh, go to the first position. Okay. Because they all have more or less the same IQ level, same mentality. Somewhere the time management goes, sometimes they do not understand the strategies, what works for them. They only listen to their friends, the way they have been preparing. They also more or less start imitating them. But for everyone, it doesn't be the same. It changes the strategy, the criteria, the mindset. How do you learn formulae and how others learn formulae? It might change for everyone, isn't it? So this could be the reason. And being at third position, it's fine. In which class she is at present?
she's studying in seventh standard right now. But let me tell you that she never ever inspired or influences by anybody but her own. Okay, whatever she does,
She does
because
on her own.
her calling is inviting her to do the same. Why? Because she doesn't have so many friends, because she loves her own personality,
Company.
identity,
Mhm.
right? So yes, she never follows anybody, but she loves to, K-pop up songs and Roblox and these games and all. So
Right.
she's much more into songs and playing games and all. She is not in touch with Indians even. She is in touch with foreigners even. So she
Good to hear that. Good to hear that, actually. Okay. So
yes,
somewhere you have left Nistha independent. Let her
yes.
let her understand her strategy. If she feels that I have the power, the potential, the stamina to do better, but I'm not doing better because of certain reasons, and then she starts doing on her own. So yes, this is also a very good strategy to leave them understand. Let them find out their own flaws, where they are lacking, what they need to incorporate in their daily routine, daily life, where they need to change now. If the same strategy is not working now, they need to change certain things. Okay, so Nishtha would certainly understand and she would also do according to your own expectation, but you have left her independent. And with this comes to the topic in my mind, that let's talk about women's independence. Okay, because at times homemakers, very especially, they feel that they are not independent because they are doing for others. They are always busy serving, maybe husbands, maybe in-laws, maybe children. They don't have even time for self-care. Okay, and here I feel that this is a kind of misinterpretation, that homemakers are not independent. They are also independent. They have their own choices. They have liberty to say yes and no. Yes, but still in Indian families, traditionally, we always feel that we are bound to say yes to everybody. Yes to everybody, may it be your own child, husband, or even in our parents' house, also, like father says, brother says, mother says, we have to be yes child kind of person. So, first, you tell me, were you a yes child in your childhood? Or you
Yes.
were a kind of no child also at times? You were opposing, or you were saying no to your parents or to your teachers, or to your friends, even?
Yes, ma'am. I was a yes child, and I was being raised in a way that if you are a obedient person and if you are a good person, then you have to say yes only, right? So I was that kind of person, and I was very scared kind of person because I used to feel scared of my father, especially because he was a young, angry man, I would say, at that moment.
Mhm.
So he loved me a lot, and he gave me his love and everything, whatever I desired for. But I used to feel afraid, scared of my father. So I never say no to anybody. And when I thought to say no, so I used to convey my message to my siblings that I'm not feeling okay with that. So please convey my message to my elder ones so that they will not pressure to me to do anything. So I was that kind of person. But after time, when my father got to know that I am deliberately saying yes because of I'm getting scared of these things, so
Mhm.
my father made me sit next to him one day, and he told me that I am not bounding you to
Mhm.
say anything, because
Mhm.
somewhere I think that if I dominate you at this
Mhm.
time,
Mhm.
you will raise your voice in future, and I
Mhm.
don't want you to be dominated by anybody in future. So after that I got to know that okay, saying yes is not an in obedience, it is your voice, and if you feel that you should say yes, then you should say yes, and if you feel that you should not say yes, and you should have that courage to say. But I should say one thing, that after my father said to me, but I got to know that after his console of to me, I got to know that I should not say instant yes or no to him. I should wait for a moment to cool down if he is in anger, and after waiting for hour and 2 hour, I should convey my message to him directly that Papa, I said yes, but I am not liking it right now, so please give me some time, this and that. So I used to take time, and I used to understand that okay, instantly you should not react, you should take time to respond, right? So yeah, this thing I understood, and now I can say that I have understood the thing that okay, we should not be at anybody's disposal. We should think a lot, and if we will be at their disposal anytime, anyway, so we will not be valued and respected at any cost. So now I have learned when to say yes and when to say no.
Right. So now you are a changed personality, isn't it? The same, more or less, the same was the case with me too. My father was also a very disciplined person. I would not say that he was an angry man, but he was too disciplined at that time that we felt that he is somewhere at the verge of angry man. Okay, we were also the children, like when papa used to come from the office, we used to change the room very quietly, just once giving a look to that everything is fine, papa, and we used to leave the room because we were not sure that what would be the next question. If papa would ask what all things did you do, and if we say that I didn't read newspaper or I didn't prepare 5 new words or something, anything, then he would start his lecture. This kind of feeling was always there in my mind also, but it worked well. Today I feel that yes, those days we were intimidated by his actions, but today it's working. Whatever I am today, because of him, because of his fear. When you have a kind of fear, we can't say that is a kind of fear, it's a kind of discipline. We keep ourselves somewhere balanced because we know that somebody is there to check us. Okay, and that keeps us organized, and that's how I was raised. in a very disciplined way. And that discipline worked when I became a teacher, when I got married, when I lived in joint family for almost 20 years of my married life. Okay, how I managed both my personal and professional life being in the joint family, because I was disciplined back then in my childhood. So that worked. Today, if we talk about this kind of discipline, what I told about my father, my children would not digest this. Yeah. And my husband was not that kind of father, too. Okay. He is a very decent father, more like a friend, more like a friend to children. Rather, I can say that I am a disciplined mother, or more strict than my husband. So children had a fear of mine. They always used to get scared that if homework would not be done or something, if we go wrong, mama would certainly scold us. Okay, so those kind of things were there. So actually, I wanted to discuss something else, and somewhere we started talking something else. What is independence for women, according to you? Because we talked a lot about discipline and yes, child and no child. So, what is independence? Is it independence to say no to it, to anyone's opinion, or something else? Please feel free to share your opinion.
So, according to me, I was restricted in my childhood, as I already shared with you. So, I was not restricted because of me, because of the society, because how the society see a girl in this in that era. So,
Right.
my elders used to feel that okay, we need this is our responsibility to
Hmm.
feel to give her that surrounding to save her from this world. So
Hmm.
what used to happen that whenever I used to think to choose a subject, so I up to 10th grade I studied in Hindi medium school, but girls school was there. Okay, but when the moment I had to choose science subject,
Hmm.
then I had to go to boys school at that moment. Okay, and my parents and my grandfather didn't allow me to go to boys school at that moment because they used to tell me that we can have a trust on you but not on word, so this is our duty to save you from the word. But I raised my voice, as I already shared with you, that my father told me that you have to speak out whatever it is in your heart, right? Unless you share, how will we get to know what is running in your heart, in your mind at that moment? So at that moment, I rebelled a lot to let the admission in boys' school, and this was my first
That
rebellion
might be a
among my
co-ed school, yes? Not only boys, co-ed, yes. Hmm.
it might be, but
Hmm.
girls were very less than
Hmm.
boys.
Hmm. Hmm.
It
Hmm.
might be seven or eight girls
In
were
one
there
class.
in my
Okay.
class only.
Yes.
The class was around 60 to 70, but girls were 7 or 8 approximately.
Hmm.
So the first time I rebelled among my family was
Hmm.
in 11th standard.
Hmm.
And at that moment, I told them that if you don't want to let me admission in that school, that was called boys' school only, so I will never study further.
Good. Good point. Good point. Okay.
So, they compelled themselves to think that what should we do now, because she is not ready to go to in girls school for further studies for arts and any other subject, because
Right.
I had a interest towards science subject.
Hmm.
So my grandfather and my father thought that okay, अब कुछ नहीं कर सकते now, nothing is in our hand, so we should let her admit in that
In the
school
same
only.
school.
And
Hmm.
my first voice was raised by me only. And after that, I started being a rebellion child whenever I was needed to speak loud about my studies to go out, because in my town there was no bachelor's degree of my subject in my hometown at that moment. So I had to go out 40 to 50 kilometers, and I had to travel a lot for that for, bachelor's of education, so
Hmm.
for BSc degree. At that moment, I again raised my voice to get that degree done. So at that moment, they didn't allow me. So my dialogue was the same. So I'm not going to study further. so so this is how I eventually I raised my volume. This is not the case that I was a rebellion kid, but I want to study. I wanted to study in that science, especially science category, and which was my niche. So they listened to me carefully, though they were not agree to send me out. But I told them that this is my responsibility to save me, to keep myself safe, right? Because if you will send me out, then only I can learn the things. How can I keep myself safe, right? This is
Right.
not a solution. This is not the solution that you will keep the girls at home, right, to expect that she will be safe, right? So I need to go out, I need to explore the world, that how can I keep my boundaries well, right,
Right.
after going out. It's my way. So I made them believe that I will be the same. I will never ever let the out the other colors impose on me of any girls or any
Boys.
surroundings, and will be mine, and I will never change. And it is my promise to you. I promised them and as well as with me that I will not going to change my upbringing and my culture. That how should I keep myself in that way that people will not mock my parents. That
Right.
okay, they are sending girl out and low. Now see how she is behaving and how she is doing, and she is taking their advantage and leverage by going out and this. So this is how I I have done my degrees, all degrees, by going out, by raising my voice. But I said no, I raised my voice, and that is how they listen to me. And I think that if you made them believe that you are a good child and you can do anything on your wish, but you will not let them down and let them think about anything wrong about you, so they will definitely listen to you. Either you say yes or no. So this is my story.
Right. 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 Yes. Very good. Very well explained, actually. Yes, sometimes, maybe politely, not really reluctantly, but we need to say no to certain things, because what is your passion? What is your interest? At times, parents may not understand, okay? Because what they feel, feel that what is convenient for them, what is safe for the girl children, okay? They decide according to that. But sooner or later, we all have to work in the same society where we are surrounded by men and women both. So it cannot always be according to us or our parents, like all the time we would be surrounded by just women and we would be safe. Even with women, also, you can be unsafe, isn't it? We have to understand that where we have to draw a boundary line with everyone. It's not about only boys or only male members. Even in family members also, we need to understand our boundaries, that beyond this, I don't have to go, or I don't have to allow my daughter or my son also to go beyond this. They should understand that this is my limit. I should not be uh, and a kind of indisciplined child. Whatever I say, my words should be taken in a positive way. Okay, this is very important. And even saying no, also you made your parents understand that that was your true calling. You wanted to go in that stream, and that was only possible in co-ed, and that's how they became ready. Yeah, they were ever ready to admit you in that school, and that's how you completed your education. Being involved in all group of people, all group means starting from children to old age people, male, female, everybody. This builds our confidence. How can we talk to a small kid? How can we talk to the people, those who are of similar age? And how can we be respectful when we talk to our elders as well? Isn't it? And this, we ladies have been trained from our childhood. Yes, mother used to say, "Arey, tumhe dusre ghar jana hai, so do this, do that." There were many things like that, and that's how we learned. But today we don't say this one statement to our daughters, that "tumhe dusre ke ghar jana hai." This term neither we feel like telling to them, nor our daughters, they like to listen to this statement. Now, coming to the last question, okay, related to independence only. Like, sometimes the working ladies, they take leverage of being out of the house for 6 to 8 hours, and at times they show tantrum. I wouldn't say tantrum, but yes, we I can say, because I have been a working lady and I have balanced both my life, like personal and professional. So they start showing tantrum that I have come from the office after working 8 hours. I'm unable to do all these things. Like, we should have cook, we should have maid, we should have different assisting hands. Otherwise, I'm not able to do it. Okay, so what would you like to say? That is it really easy to manage both the things, like personal and professional life? Or it's a daunting task? Because it is daunting, what I feel, but how it is manageable? How, which strategies we should implement in our life so that we can do it easily? Because I know that you are also planning to work now. Yes.
Right. So before starting, I would say one saying that men's work go from sunrise to sunshine, but women work never done.
Never done.
They have to keep
24/7.
on. Yes, they have to keep on toes for everybody, even though they are housewives, but they have to serve themselves 24 by 7 to their
Mhm.
family. So I don't think so if you are a housewife or you are a working professional, so you will be less than anybody, what whosoever you are. So I don't think so that they show tantrum somewhere their body doesn't allow them to work sometimes. But I think family sometimes never understands why, because they used to be at house earlier, but when the moment they think to go out at that moment, so working time will always the same for them,
Mhm.
24 by 7 hours. Like,
Right.
they are at everyone's disposal. So I feel sometimes that some girls, especially some women, they take the advantage of working, but some are not taking. So it depends on their mentality, I believe. Especially for me, if I say, so right now I don't have any house help, but I am thinking of joining any school. So I'm not thinking about maid, keeping a maid. Okay, I need to just think before going out that okay, I will keep maid, I will do this. And no, after joining the school, how my body will react, how I will feel, then only I will think about the other things, right? But I feel, especially, ma'am, that we should distribute the work among family members, because we are right now we are four in family. So if I distribute the work among them, so I can easily do anything with their help. So it is not essential to keep the man, because this is not my work or women's work. This is housework,
Right.
right? So if we keep in mind that okay, this is our work and we should get it done by taking a help of each other, so our works will be completing on time without any fight or turmoil. And
Right.
if you think that you don't have any time to do, your family member doesn't have any time to do, so it's okay to keep a maid, but I think you have to supervise a maid a lot, right?
Right.
So
Right. Right.
it's a daunting task if you keep a maid at home. Instead of this, if you wait your works to be done, it's okay, but do yourself. It will be better for you and for your house, because every time you roam around the maid and you feel that okay, things are going to get done on time, so it will be extra work for you sometimes.
Right.
So especially for me, I can make wait my works to done, but I will not trust on maids because they will be disturbing for me. So I especially can distribute my work to my family, and they can feel bothered before after joining my job. I know they will think that okay, अब मेरी शामत आ गई, इसने नौकरी ज्वाइन कर.
No, but that's a learning lesson for them also. At least just for the sake of you going for a job, they will also learn something. Yeah, that how can they manage household work, how can they keep their clothes, bags, and everything systematically, properly at the right place. So that would be a great learning for them actually. So that's important, because ultimately they have to go out of the family. Once they would start working, then they would need all these skills, how to take care of their own house. Yes. So that is a great strategy, that distribution of work, that that would
Yeah.
certainly help each other, and everything would fall at the right place on right time. Thank you so much for explaining everything so well, and I'm glad that.
Like one thing, I would like to explain one thing.
Hmm.
If you have a girl child, so it doesn't mean that you have to distribute the work to only girl child. You should share the responsibilities to boy child even, because this is a responsibility to every kid, not only girl, but also a responsibility to boy to learn the responsibilities, even household chores activities or anything out. So we should make them understand every responsibilities. It may be household chores, it may be outwork, but we should keep them understand everything related to every work, right?
Very,
So we
very
should.
valid point, actually. Gone those days when work was only distributed among the girl children. Now we have to make them understand, because once they go out of India, they are not going to get any helping hand at any cost, no matter what salary you get and what salary you are able to give it to somebody, but you would not get anybody who can come and cook for you, who can come and clean for you. No, you have to do all the work on your own. So it's good to divide the work among all the kids, no matter whether they are a female child or they are male child. Okay, Neha. So I think we should discontinue here now, and we should wrap up the session here. It was really an intriguing session after a long time, and I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Feelings are mutual, ma'am. I can't say anything in words to you that how much lucky I was feeling before the session, that I got another chance to connect with you, and I am able to, convey my thoughts to you properly. I wish.
Yes, very well you explained, and I'm happy. Although I was under the weather and I was thinking whether I should connect today or not, but the moment I heard from you that you are free today, I let it be, no matter how I am feeling today. But it was a wonderful session, and I liked more than what we discussed, more than at least sharing the same screen for nearly more than 30 minutes. Yes. So it was just a serendipity that we got a chance to connect again. And this was just second time, although I have connected with many people for the second time. But for you, I think I took a lot of time. I don't know why. Maybe because of you also didn't initiate, and I also couldn't think of you. But eventually, we made it.
Thank
Okay.
you for giving me this chance, and I am very glad to come
Thank you.
to your
It's
screen
my
and to
pleasure,
your
my dear.
platform again. Okay.
Okay, then. Bye bye.
Bye, man. Bye.